DJ House Tank, Sandokan Special.
wa mudeji wa abo fengwale we koya mudeji yo sida wa mudeji yo sida wa mudeji yo wanu kwaya taina ya do ye na o taina ya do ye na o taina ya do ye na o
No, If I can just put this up a little bit. Good morning to all of you, folks. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have with you tonight. This morning, this evening, whatever you are, we want to thank you very much. Liberian Public Radio, we were able to secure the spot this morning. Usually, this is a spot for Nathaniel Crypaw and Aaron Zoe, who continue to bring us some wonderful, wonderful music. But they agreed for us to use their spot this morning. We want to be very, very grateful to them. I say thank you very much, Mr. Paul. I also want to say thanks to Nathaniel Crypaw giving us, folks, if you really, really into music, traditional music, and it doesn't matter where it comes from, but the traditional music, and if you want to listen to the beat of the southeastern side of Liberia, truthfully, go on Google, YouTube and put in Nathaniel Cry. You will be amazed. He will give you some music way back, of course, with the beat from the southeastern side, both Ivory Coast and Liberia. This young man continued to give us some music, and we really, really appreciate it. And the music that I've been playing, all of the music that I'm playing, the Google music, they're all coming from his page on YouTube. So please go down there and see if you can amuse yourself as well. We want to thank you very much. We also want to welcome you here tonight, this evening or tonight, this morning. I am going to be talking about roads specifically, and then this one. This is not financial issues. The topic that I'm going to be talking about this morning, it is not about politics. This is road, construction, road. And I take no back seat to nobody. So you want to bring it on? Bring it on. I say so. Samson Toe. Warning you just from the start. You come on, make sure you be ready, because we will go through with it respectfully. Samson, let's start my program. Let me start the program very quickly here. This is the President of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected. Dr. We are President of the Republic of Liberia, folks, and there's no denying in that. There's no denying in that. He was duly elected 61.5%. I don't know if I can say any more than that. Mandate, yeah, boom, on Dr. Weir's side. And so we... here in Liberian Public Radio, especially moi, I said, Madame, what am I speaking? I better not start that, because I can't fool. And you know, those days, 50 years or so ago, whenever 60, 70 years or so ago, when I was still in my prime, okay, I used to fool Liberians because I used to speak what I thought were French. Not these days. The young Liberians nowadays, they not only can speak French, they can speak Arabic also. So you can't come on your show and say, hey, I can fool the people and speak different. No, German, Arabic, French, they know it. So don't come here and can't talk but say you know how to speak French. They speak all. So be careful. On a very serious note, I want to welcome all of you. Safety, 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 safety. Please take care of the car, and car will take care of you. This is Dr. Weir. And let me play another. And here is the reason why I continue. And I've just found another video that he made yesterday that actually proved my point within the last 7-8 months. This video that I'm going to be playing, the next video, proved my point. And he himself stated that, and I will play that video for you as well. He stated that yesterday. I've long been wanting for him to tell me, yes, Mr. Toe, you're quite correct. By playing this video, when I was walking in the mud, I was seriously considering road connectivities here in this country. And he would tell us that. He would tell us that. And that's what I'm going to be, that would be my subject matter here this evening. And I'm prepared. I'm prepared for anybody that's going to come out here and make some sort of a remark. I'm prepared. I am. I'm not going to tell you my preparation aspect of it. But let's go on. This now, folks, Samson told Liberian Public, this is Dr. Weir walking in the mud during the election up in the countryside. Interesting. And he will tell us again this morning, now that he's president. He said it yesterday, but I'll play it for you this morning. He will tell us, this is why I took this position. Other people will come after me, they will do other things, but for me, I am doing this. Don't thank me, he says. This is my responsibility, and I want to make sure that I do it. I want to thank you, Liberians, for giving me the opportunity to put me here to serve you and to make sure you have roles. Oh, folks, this is just wonderful. Just wonderful. But I'm going to take a different route now. Mind you, don't come here and start praising me because you think I'm saying Dr. Weir is doing good, and then when I turn on you, now you're going to be surprised. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to criticize with disrespect. Far from it. Far from it. But I'm just warning you because I know who we are. We're Liberian. As soon as you say, oh, something told. Yeah, man, the man can talk, man. Yeah. Then I say, oh, yeah, man, you good. You good. I'm on air. I'm on air. Let me answer my boss. Hello, I'm on air. Can I talk to you later? I'm on air. Hello, can you hear me? I'm on air, live. You come and suspend me. You're live. Liberian people are listening to you. Go ahead, suspend me. Let me put on the. Go ahead, suspend me. You're gonna suspend me now? That's the boss of LPR. Mr. Alfonso Zionso, what you say? You're gonna suspend me? Yeah, you run away. Yeah, folks, this is what he does. He suspends me 5-6 times a day. Okay, Mr. Soul, thank you very much. Let me continue with the process, please. Call me later, and then you can tell me. I know you got a lot of things to talk about, but give me a call. Okay, he's gone. He thought I was kidding. But anyway, folks, let me go ahead and play this video for you. It's very interesting. And what reason I'm laying this out, I'm giving you all of these layout right now. It's a very serious thing that I saw yesterday. And I'm going to go into it. But before that, I want you to understand why Dr. Weir continued to insist on roles. And he would tell us. But first of all, let's watch this video because I've been playing this video over and over. And I know most of you are tired about it. But with the new video that I just found yesterday, where he making a statement, I think now I'm going to have these 3 videos, 2 videos that I'm going to be playing back to back. So let me play this first one, then I will play you why I believe and have always believed that he did this, and after this, he truly believed that only role connection in Liberia will help us. And let's play this. Samson told Liberian Public Radio.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. Yeah, we hold the stage. You are on the shoulder run, you must stay. We're going to junior that before. No, I beg you. I'll go. Man, that's too many, Baba. I think it's finished. Salome said, don't done.
There you have it, folks. Samson told Liberian Public. That was Dr. Weir during the election. Now, I'm glad that I was able to find this video where Dr. Weir was talking about projects, role projects in Liberia. It's a very short one. I made it short because I just wanted people to understand. Once again, as I'm going to be playing you this newfound video that I just got, and I just want all of us to continue to pray for one another. Let us seriously pray for our leader as well, for long life, and pray for ourselves. And I know God is wonderful. God can do some work for all of us. Look at the two situations that we are faced with in less than a year, and yet we're still here praising and thanking God. Let me play this video for you, folks. I try to put some fun in it, but it's a very serious one. Doctor, we are going to tell us this morning why he's doing this, why he believed that the road connection issue in Liberia is very important for him and for the people. Let's listen to this. And this video that I'm going to play now is going to be these two videos. Every time that I start my show will be the two videos that I will play most of the time. Because this one tells me why he was walking in the mud. Because I've been speculating over and over and over. All along, within the last 6-7 months, or more a year now, every time I play, I speculate. Because I'm not in his mind. I don't know where he was. But now he's going to tell us why? And we can connect it to the days he was walking in the mud. That's easy to do. Let's listen to this, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio.
This is the right thing to do. Our country, it doesn't matter how many homes you got there, if no roads to connect, it's not completed. So I am happy with my road projects. From the capital to the hinterland, I will continue with my road projects. Anyone that will come after me will find something else to do. But I think that Liberia, being the first African republic, also needs a road network. And this is what we're doing. You don't need to thank me, that's my responsibility. I need to thank you for making me to serve the country.
It's a very short one, folks. Very short one. But basically, in the next time when I come, I'll try to give you more value on that, so the audio will be very much audible when I play it the next time, because I'm going to fix the audio, definitely. But basically, he's just saying he's happy to do that because he truly believed in connecting Liberia by putting roads from villages to villages. I mean, there's no question asked. There's no question asked. And I also, being someone who have interest in the road issue, continue to follow whatever road issue comes out. Continue to follow. But what I saw yesterday, I was a little bit discouraged. Because let us do this. Let us do this morning. Dr. Weir is not a civil engineer. He's the ahead of the policy that's supposed to drive the road connection issue in Liberia. But he's not a technician. He doesn't know how to build. He doesn't know what are some of the things that are involved in building roads. He makes the policy, and he asks a specific group of people to carry out the policy with respect to road construction. And this also happened, and now I'm going in an area that I cannot back myself that much. But I'm Samson, so I'm Bloku. I can say anything I want to say. You want to bring it on, bring it on. I'm veering away from the engineering aspect, which I think nobody can stand me in that one, because anybody bring it, I will knock them down. I'm going to an area where I have to put some patty all over my body because people might knock me down. I don't want to fall hard. Let's put it that way. But anyway, this is the area that I'm talking about. Dr. Weir, we all know, he's the president of the Republic of Liberia. Hire people to do a specific job, those who have expertise in different areas that he wants the government to shine. One of those areas was the economic section, where he solely had the economy to be improve by inviting or by investing whatever it is into people to carry out the work, and they have failed him miserably. My opinion. Those who are responsible for the economy in the country, those who have the expertise, the team that he put together in that area has failed him miserably. And we can see the result. And I don't mind saying that. Even though, like I said, I have party all over me. You can knock me down. I don't care. Because I'm not a financial person. But I can see people calling every day. They ain't got money. So I can see that. But let's go back into the area where I think you better be careful how you come out, because you will be knocked down now. The area of engineering, the area of road construction. What I saw yesterday, KMTV it's been wonderful for all of us. But what I saw yesterday, folks, is bad, very bad. These people are taxed to actually do a road construction. The president loved the road business. And please don't tell me I want job. I don't want job. I don't want job. I have zero interest in seeking position in a place. If I want a position, I would have gone a long time ago. I have no interest. But I must be factual. I must be truthful. I'm a civil engineer. And if I see these kinds of things that I do every day, if I see that people are not doing it the way they're supposed to be done, then I have to say something. So please don't say, oh, you're talking so they can get you. No, I'm going nowhere. I'm staying right here, and I'm doing good. By the way, I have a 10-year-old. What do you think I'm going to go do in Liberia with 10-year-old son in America? Please spare me that. I'm not leaving. But first, my 10-year-old, it all started. People been wanting me to go home ever since my son was 4-year-old. I can't go with my son 4-year-old. He's 5-year-old, 6-year-old, now he's 10. I'm not leaving. So don't think that I'm doing this for work. Far from it. But I want, and the other thing, I'm not the only Liberian engineer. They got too many Liberian engineers, way better than me. But some of them that I've talked to, they're giving me the line that I don't like. Any people say they want to build road, man, we can't say much in the country, because when you say anything, then the people say you against the state. So let them do whatever. We know it's not right, but how are you going to say that? For goodness sake, you're a civil engineer. One of the things that make you a civil engineer is to make sure people do things safely, especially things that are going to be utilized for the people. Safety is number one. But that's what they say. But for me, I'm not going to take back seat. First of all, I don't want no job, number one. Second, if I go to Liberia and you want to arrest me because I criticize what you're saying, what you're doing, be it. I'm from Toll Town. You arrest me in Monroe, you do me good, sir. Because I can tell my wife, oh, I'm not coming back right now. The people arrest me. Oh. Then she'll say, okay, stay there. I'm still going to be enjoying it. You put me in South Beach, I will stay enjoy the cool air in Liberia. All the air, all of your breathing over there, I will be breathing the same air. So I'll be happy. So that don't scare me either. But I want to be truthful. These people were asked to do a job. I told you guys, they started out with the Doe community. Those of you that live in Doe community perhaps come across this video. Go look at your street. It's not tearing up yet. But it's not what you truly believe it was supposed to be. Because the construction, the process was faulty. And I pointed that out. Okay? Now, this other road that I'm going to be showing you from KMTV is in VOA according to them. But I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. First of all, let's listen to the Minister of Public Works. His comment on this road. Then I will show you the road itself. And I'll be making some comment because you will hear me making some comment. Okay, here in well, you can say the United States. Yeah, fine. But for goodness sake, what make you guys think that we can't transfer whatever we have learned here back home? These days, You don't have to leave from one place. As long as you have connection, internet connection, you can learn just about anything you want to learn. Everything you can think about on this earth is on YouTube. Why these ministers and these people cannot even go and view how to build concrete road? And they will tell you on the internet, they will tell you what you need. They will tell you everything. Even if you don't understand the language, you can see how it's supposed to be done. But our people just refuse to do that. And as a result, they build these things, put these things on a construction, and decide one of the things they do that is very amazing as far as I'm concerned. They put these things down. When they're constructing, then they go public, which is good. But then people like me look at it and say, look, what is this? What is this? What exactly is this? Road, first, to come up with a road issue. For example, in this country, when you see people doing development, they have already studied. They don't traffic study already. They project 10, 15 years from now how many cars they think will go to that place, the new development area. And based on the amount of cars that they have estimated, then they come back, go back into their offices. It's okay, based on this amount. You cannot put road down without knowing how many people, what the facility is going to be used for. So if you're going to put road down, first of all, you have to know who's going to use the road. That means you got to know how many cars going to use it, how many trucks going to use it, how many buses going to use it, and what are the turn radius, so all kinds of stuff. I don't mean to bore you this morning with engineering, but when you watch what I'm going to be showing you, even if you're not an engineer, but why these people are doing this to us? We have a president who is staking his whole career on road business. And those who are responsible to give him something, they're not doing it. He doesn't know these things. He sees pavement on the ground. He says, oh, yeah, okay, these people are doing good. But the technical people themselves, they should be, and the public work has some of the beautiful, wonderful, wonderful engineers in Liberia. They are not they're far from it. These people are good engineers. I know some of them. Why are they behaving like that? I don't understand it. Let's listen to the minister at the stuff yesterday, and let's listen to him. He's the minister. I agree, but he's not just a minister. He's a civil engineer as well. But perhaps, I'm not too sure whether he has seriously practiced engineer in Liberia or he just stay now on the policy side, because there are those who do design and they are the managers that have done design. But if your manager have not done design, how then will you be able to effectively speak about issues of design if you have not done design, if you have not done construction? So I'm not questioning whether he has done these things, but let's listen to it. KMTV continue to give us a wonderful. Let's listen to the minister, folks. Interesting. I don't mind. He's a minister. Put the politics in there. That's okay. Go ahead and do that. But let's listen to the minister, folks. Let's listen to the Minister of Public Works.
Today we are beginning a very, very important inspection of projects, right? And your community, your project is the first that the president has come to visit to see what we are doing. And the president is very, very happy. For us at the Ministry of Public Works, we are very happy that East International, especially with you Liberia workers, that you can do this kind of work. We are impressed. The president said Liberians will not be spectators in their own economy. And so, when we do these road projects, besides beautifying our communities and providing access for our people, we are also providing employment opportunities for Liberians. So thank you, and His Excellency is beginning the inspection of projects in Mosorado County.
Everything that was stated by the minister were quite correct. The president stated that, and I think even by them putting roads down, they're providing employment. I have no qualm about that. I have no issues whatsoever. Okay, he's a minister. He's also a manager. So half of his doing is all politics. That's fine. I have no qualm whatsoever. I agree. Okay, so what he has stated on that video, that's fine. But the point that I'm making, the point that I'm going to be bringing up now, is the technical side of things. You do not expect the president to come and ask you how thick is the concrete. What are the make design of this concrete? You don't expect the president to tell you that. You don't expect the president to tell you what type of equipment is being used. All the president wants is the road to be built. And most importantly, when the president asks you to do this road, he's also expecting that this thing not going to be breaking down in 6 months or a year. He expects it to last. Life term, something like maybe 20 years or so. But from looking at the stuff they showed yesterday, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Here in the United States, like I said, I'm a civil engineer. There's no question asked, and nobody's going to question that one. Okay, we're going through that. But here in the United States, okay, I work here in Caltrans, to be specific, and I think we're doing good. But back in 2008, 2009, there was a project over the Highway 80. The Highway 80 starts from Berkeley and it ends all the way to New Jersey. Highway 80. Okay, but anyway, the part the Highway 80 that I'm talking about is between Nevada and California, about maybe 7-8 miles of that. And so we were tasked, my team were tasked to do the design, and we did the design, but then they thought that, they want to give it to consultants. So they gave it to consultant, and the consultant did the design. They paid almost $3-4 million they pay, and the people they took the road and hang it up there. And no side slope, nothing. So they brought it back to us because they found out these people were wasting time and they were not happy. So they brought it back to us and we fixed it. After that, they told my supervisor, since your guys are involved in the design, and this was in Lake Tahoe. Now, one of the things you need to know about California and Lake Tahoe and the lakes and stuff like that, if you drop a water from this highway, but you have to treat that water. Treat it, just like disease. But by the time you get to Lake Tahoe, it must be clean. Clean. So, the Highway 80 is closer to Lake Tahoe up there in the mountain. So we have to take all of that into consideration. The drainage side. Because we have to dump it into Truckee River, and then Truckee River eventually finds its way to Lake Tahoe. But by the time it gets to Lake Tahoe, it must be clean. There's no question. That's something. Lehaunton, there's another group here. California, this is where you come when you're talking environmental. This is where you come if you want to be environmental chief. You come here. But anyway, that's besides the point. We went over there to do the job. It was a pavement, rigid. They call it rigid pavement. Rigid pavement is the same as concrete pavement, to be honest with you. Let's just give it to you. They got rigid pavement. They got flexible. Flexible, that one you call quota. Rigid pavement, that one you call concrete. Okay? So we did that, and I was involved in it. Not only the design, but the construction aspect of it. I was not the company that was doing the construction, but I was involved in making sure all of the the way we had it designed all were carried out by this company. The specification that was specify how this design, this construction must happen. The mix design, how much water should be in the concrete, what are how long the vibrators, the one that you vibrate the concrete, how many vibrations, all of those things were taken into consideration. So we have to make sure all of these things were applied. Okay? So I'm not talking here just because I want to talk. I've done it. Okay? Now, let me go on. What I'm about to show you now is the roll over there in VOA Road is there. And it's done with concrete. Okay? And I will show you that. And after that, I will show you some of the things that I took from YouTube. If you're going to be involved in these kinds of stuff as a technical person, all you need to do, if you haven't had those courses in class and you graduated, that's fine. But you have the base. Go on YouTube and find out how concrete roads are constructed. What are some of the processes involved? In fact, why is it that you put steel in concrete? What are building houses and putting steel in the columns? What the reason? What is the reason? You think they just put a steel in there just for fun of it? I will tell you here today. And it has nothing to do, it's not engineering. Of course, it's engineering, but I'll just tell you the simple reason. There's two reasons behind that. Okay? Concrete itself, if no steel in it, I'm getting ahead of myself. I will save that and come back to it. But let's play now the video from KMTV. And I want you to pay attention to a certain aspect of the role. And as soon as the man finish introducing, I will take over by pointing out things to you as the video is being played, okay? Because I'm going to be narrating pretty much play by play, and so I will show you now. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Let's do this. This is from KMTV. This is from KM. That's not LIBERIA Public Radio did the shots. KMTV did it, and we're using that. Let's watch.
A pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Welcome once more to another coverage. This is KMTV, Creative Minds on Television. And today we are on a daily tour in Montserrat County. Currently we're in District 6, Montserrat County.
Okay. So basically he finished introducing it, but let's watch now. He's going to start moving. And I want you to follow him. I want you to follow him. Now he's moving. Okay? Watch you see the smoothness of the concrete. I want you to watch that. Look at the machine that he's going to over. You see that guy standing over there? The guy that's standing on the machine trying to put weight on it. Okay? Now he's gotten up. Now watch that. He's bringing it back in. That's the floater machine. That's the one they use to float the concrete and even it up. Because the concrete is the floater machine is being guided by both sides, the form they have there. So when he roll it and even it up, so they have to remove the excess concrete in front of it. But in order for him to do that, he has to stand over that thing to provide weight, to weight this stuff down. One of the things that I want you to look at too, and we'll find that the guy, you see the other guy running over there now, he's standing on it again, the machine moving to provide weight, Okay, now you tell me, if you're going to provide weight on this side, nobody on the other side, is the weight is being distributed evenly? I don't think so. But let's watch some more. So the guy keep talking, and you can see now he's going to tell you, look, okay, the side, there's two, the road is going to be one way traffic, one way going and the other way coming. But what I want you to also look at, I'm not questioning the base. That's fine. I have no issue. But look at the finished product. They already put concrete down. Now that concrete, just by looking at the form itself, it's about 4-inch thick. Okay. Okay. Look at their trowel, the machine they're using to smooth the concrete. That's fine. But on this is not a driveway. That machine you use most of the time if you're putting down an industrial building, okay, and not on the road. And I will show you, not on the road, but they decide to do that. Now, here's the interesting thing here. As you see the concrete itself, now watch on the side where this guy with the yellow vest is walking, you will see some steel rods sticking out. Okay? Okay, now, okay, this is the form here. They have not done anything on that side yet. They're getting ready to put the concrete on it, but look at the form. Okay, that's concrete. Now watch, you see how bad that area is? Okay, you see how bad, you saw that area was very bad. And the cameraman decided to put, because it's not even, you have void in that concrete. They're going to be damaged very quickly, okay? In fact, when you watch the video, you will find out that they will not even use vibrators because the machine's supposed to have itself. So I'm not too sure if they're using that. But this is what I'm saying here. If you watch this, they're supposed to be, okay, let's as you go through here again, this is the bridge or the cover, let's say. Now the cover, usually you're supposed to have a connection because those are two concrete areas that are going to be meeting. And I will explain that later, okay? So now that we're going back on this here, on this concrete. Okay, this is supposed to be a concrete roll, folks. This is supposed to be a concrete roll. They have steel in it. They have steel. Now watch the machine again. That's the machine that you saw earlier. Okay, now as we go past the machine, now here are the steel. Those are the steel, and they're using brake for the chair of the steel, because the steel, when you're putting the steel in the concrete, it's supposed to be at least 3 inches or so above ground. The steel should not touch ground when you're putting steel in whether driveway or whatever, or inch or 3 inch, okay? So those are, you see that separator? You see the separator? Those are supposed to be transfer joint. And look at the steel they have in there. And I will show you that. I will show you that from other stuff. As they go closer, you see the separator? Those are supposed to be transfer joint. Okay? Now, the transfer joint, that's good, the way they have it. However, I don't believe these transfer joints should be like that. Okay? And especially, this is not a driveway. These transfer joint they have maybe they're going every 50 feet.
A pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Welcome once more to another coverage. This is KM.
Okay, you saw that, right? Those are I show you the transfer joint, and I also show you the steel in the roadway. Look at the steel. Now, steel selection in concrete road. Yes, there are many ways you can do that. Let me show you something here, folks. This is an asphalt road. After they finish building the road, then they quarry it and then you carry it around. This is asphalt. But let me show you. Folks, those steel you saw over there, it didn't look any, this is so heavy. This is so heavy, it's unbelievable. The steel you saw over there, do they look anything like this? No. These are true transfer joint. These things, you put those in there in order, if you're going to be using the road for heavy trucks and everything else. Are they telling me that road, okay, you don't have to use, these are for highway, truly highway, like here you have. Military equipment can go over the highway with these kinds of transfer joint with no problem. So I'm not going to fault them for using little steel, because I don't know exactly what type of, what exactly their intent for that road is. So I'm not going to question them that much. Okay? But the road you saw and the concrete you saw, how long you think that's going to last? Yes, another thing that I'm going to be showing you here very shortly. These are all things that you're supposed to use. Okay, or rebar. These people are killing us. The rebar I show you, it was not even coated. These rebars are epoxy coated. And you know why you coat them? Why you put epoxy coated on there? So it doesn't become rusty. Because there's a chemical that involved in the concrete mix-up. There's water in it. Water and steel. What happened? Corrosion. And the chemical because the asphalt, I mean, the concrete have chemical in it for quickset and whatever they have in it. So that's why when you're putting the steel in, your steel has to be coated. So the steel will last longer. And the steel you saw over there, nothing. They don't have it. Okay. The reason I'm doing this here this morning, folks, it's not so much of trying to criticize. Far from it. But I'm trying for them to at least do their own due diligence. Go and do little research. You saw the road. You saw the part of that road where the rocks, the void in the rock is bigger. It shouldn't be. Because here's one of the things they did when you watch that machine. They make design. That concrete, the way they fix it, the amount of water that is coming on top, you can just stay, even those of you that work with concrete, you know when you get more water, that's just for workability. It's not durability. If you want concrete to be durable, the mix design is different from what they put over there. And they expect the people that live in that community to be able to drive on it. Here's what really gets into me on this project, on this road business. The president is genuinely believe that he wants the people to, the road in the community to last. I don't think he's putting road down for the road to be just a political road 1 or 2 years and start breaking apart. He believes that this is what he's doing. The people are doing a good job. They themselves, the people who are working, they're not doing us a favor. They're not doing a good job either. So people need to get involved. If the road is coming to your community, you need to ask questions. They don't even talk to these people. Let me show you now that you have seen, let's show you this other video, okay? This is the video that, okay, what I show you, you saw one side was concrete, another side dry dirt. That means you're gonna have concrete separation. You're supposed to have steel in between the concrete so they can be connected with the steel. The one side here, one side here, if you have steel in there and pour the other, because you don't pour in there, that should have steel sticking out for the next pour. So the steel that's sticking out for the next pour will now hold it. Okay? And the transfer joint they have, that's for one side. Okay? Now, let me show you this. The video that I'm going to be showing you. Watch how these are things that you can do in Liberia. Let's watch this. Okay? This is the way to connect two concrete roads together to be one. Because you can have slippage. You don't know these things. But road can slip. Those of you that live in the diaspora, sometimes go to some of the intersection and you will see a bunk of asphalt piled up somewhere. As you stop and check and press on your brake, the force that the tire stopping and the friction, sometimes they take along with the asphalt as the year goes on. Intersection, you will always find asphalt a little bit bunky than usual because these things moves. Let's watch this. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Now this is the stuff that I got from YouTube. Okay. Now watch this guy. You see this guy? You see what he's doing? He putting those steel in there. He has a plank. The plank is already there to separate, okay, the roll. But he's using the steel that you're watching there. Those steel are being used now to connect the two roads together. One going north, one going south. One going to Totown, one coming from Monrovia. But there are two of them being connected. You see what he's doing now? He's pulling that out because they're getting ready to pull the concrete. You see how all those things sticking out? All those steel sticking out. When they pour the concrete against the existing concrete that is there now, that existing concrete will be part of the new concrete roll. They don't have it. But if you were to look keenly, you most likely going every 50 feet, they have the one little bar sticking out. Why are you giving our people these kinds of stuff? And you're making the president to believe that he's doing a good job. He is. But those who are responsible are not doing good at all. Engineers. Why will you not question contractors? Why will you not even look at the kind of thing you have? This is not a driveway. This is supposed to be a road where people will drive on. You're going to put a truck limit on this road? And the road you saw, and I'll play that road video again, there is no shoulder whatsoever. So what happens if those people if their car break down? Where do you want them to park their car? These are kinds of things of what people don't think way ahead. And it's not with the president. It has nothing to do. The president is there to support public work. It is the people at public work needs to do more. They need to do more. Okay, let me show you another one. Okay, let me show you another one. Okay, okay. You remember the machine the guy was standing on and they were moving? Here's another one that one man can operate. One man can operate. It has a vibrator in it. Okay, watch this. Watch how's he gonna do this. This is just something. Okay, here's a guy. Now, of course, granted, this is shoulder. They're putting shoulder down. Our folks don't even have shoulder. Okay, but he's putting the shoulder down as being part of the concrete road. Okay, you see how the two of them over there working. Watch what he's doing to the machine now. He's pulling that machine. He's pulling the machine, and the machine vibrating the concrete at the same time. It has to be rough. It has to be rough. Okay? So as it comes out, pour the concrete, because he has he has one side sitting on the existing roll and the other side sitting on the form. So that form and the concrete, the existing roll, they're even up. So the machine itself is vibrating, but bringing the concrete to the level of the form. There's no question asked. Okay? So why is it? Why is it our folks were not doing something? You saw the guy was running over there and he was standing on one side. If you stand on one side, your weight is not being distributed evenly. That's just common sense. Okay? That's just common sense. You saw the guy. When they were going, he ran and got on the other side, standing on it, to put weight on it, which I find, I agree. But what happened to the weight now? Nobody on the other end. So you expect your weight. In fact, what you have done, unless you have a lot of rocks, big rocks stand at the other end hanging down, balancing your weight. It's like seesaw, what this guy is doing. They got a fulcrum in the middle. By he's standing here, he lift the other side, unless they have a counterweight on the other side. And if you don't have a counterweight, if you continue like that, you're gonna have voids in it. Because the compression of this machine now is not even. And we saw that. What are you people making people to talk plenty like they on a Saturday morning, man? I'll tell you, man. I'm supposed to be coming here playing music so people will dance, and this is just ridiculous. But I got to talk about it. Okay. So let's go a little bit now. I show you already, okay? I show you how do you call it? The machine. Okay. Now let's show you again. Let me show you what I'm about to show you. This is something that's supposed to happen in Liberia. These people, the one that I'm going to be showing you, they put a bar in. But after they put a bar in, they have trucks that were running alone. So the truck, by accident, was bending these steel. And let's watch the guy. Before they bring in the other concrete, those steel have to be straightened up. And they were straightening them up manually. Watch this. Samson told LeBron Public. Let's watch this one. You see, yeah, the steel that's supposed to connect the other side. They're going to, here we go, the man pouring the concrete. But here's the guy in front of them, straightening up those steel because the steel are bent. So he want to make sure by the time the concrete reach him, those steel are straightened up. So as you see, you see how they're pouring the concrete against that? The steel that is sticking out will make the two sides to be combined as one. Okay? There will still be separation. But when you have slippage, there will be the same, nothing going differently. Okay? So that's how you do these things. Let me show you one more thing here. Then I will go into the process, why these things are happening. Okay? All right? So another thing you didn't see, and you most likely will not see in Liberia, is this. When you're done pouring concrete, you can pour 2-3 miles or 500 miles of concrete, but you got to cut the concrete. The road that you just put down, you got to cut it. You're not cutting it all the way to the base. You cut it maybe a little bit less than an inch. And the reason you do that, because concrete will crack. As long you cut the surface. Usually they cut it about maybe 12 feet, 15 feet, other people. So that when the crack starts, as soon as you hit that cut, it doesn't go across the cut. It stays there. So that area where the crack is, have you guys seen that? They will come and cut that whole section up and put another one in the patch. Those are for maintenance issue and to stop the cracks. Okay, let's play that. Let's play that. The people are going to use a saw cut to cut the road they just put down. Let's play that. You see it? The guy is using a saw to cut the road. Okay? They're going to cut the road. They're now cutting the road parallel. They're going to cut the road perpendicular to the road itself. In other words, they're going to go across the road. They're not going to go along the road. They're going to go across the road. So what he's doing there, he's cutting. So that when the crack starts from any side, once the crack hit the cut, it's not going to go across. Because there's no place, crack do not go through, at the bottom there will be. Because you're not cutting through the bottom. But as long the bottom have a crack, it takes a long time to cut on top. So there will be a cut. I mean, there will be a crack at the bottom. But in the top of it, okay, right there, you see that hole? You see the guy cleaning now. Because he doesn't want anything that the concrete will use to transfer crack from one section to another. So that thing has to be clean. Maintenance. Okay? I just want you to see these things here. Our people are not giving us these. If you're going to do these things, you have to invest. You have to invest. You don't just put it down because the concrete road is there. Because what you have done, you damaged the entire road itself. And secondly, asphalt is cheaper than concrete. So why they decide to put a concrete road if they're not going to do it properly? What reason? And maybe for them, concrete is cheaper than asphalt. Okay, I'm not going to question their motives. But if you're going to do it right. So that the people that we are talking about coming after the children don't have to worry about repairing this road. Because the road is done correctly, even if it's not to the international standard. That's not what I'm calling for. But do the little stuff so the road will last. Okay. Now let me go into why, first of all, why do we put steel in the concrete, folks? Whether it be columns or floor, base, your foundation. Why do we put steel in the concrete? There's only two reasons. Two. Concrete is good in compression. It takes lots of weight to compress the concrete to bust it up. But if you put concrete in tension, you got nothing. If you take something to bend, you take the concrete, if you make a concrete rod and take to bend it, your hand will break it quicker. because the concrete cannot take tension, especially at the bottom. And so when you put the road down without steel, you're asking for trouble. And the reason why you put the steel down, as you can see, the reason why you put the steel in the concrete and an inch above ground, because you don't want it to sit on the ground. You want the steel to be embedded into the concrete so that when the deflection happens at the bottom, the steel take the tension. The concrete will be cracking, that's fine, but the steel will take the tension and allow the concrete to flex, to come back to its, just like elastic. It will come back to original point eventually. But if it does not have steel in it, and if there's a deflection of the concrete, it's going to go, and it's not even going to bring it back. Those are the main reason why you put steel in concrete. And your column, you say, why we put steel in the building? You see the stuff over there? You put that in your base, how do you call it, in your foundation. And if you have settlement in a foundation, you get a problem like this. But the steel in the foundation will help. The steel in the floor itself will help. Because concrete cannot take tension. It's good in compression, but you can't get it in tension. Okay? Those are some of the reasons. All right? Now, okay. So if you have that, if you have these kinds of stuff on the road, let's just imagine. If the road, because the road is similar like the one you're looking at right here. The road is very similar. So if you have that, you put steel in it, and the steel must be durable. Okay? In order for you to... Okay, here we go. But what do you think I say? Man, I beg it, come here. But anyway, so that's basically concrete, and I was going to be showing you. I'll just show you. Let me see if I can get something for you here quickly. Let me see if I can get something for you here very quickly to show you how concrete. Maybe not. I can't find it right now because I thought I had it earlier today. But anyway, you have concrete. Usually, when you're doing these roads and things like that, you have to have a test site. You're going to have an area to do concrete busting and what have you. Okay, and to be honest with you, I didn't see any of that on this. So basically, folks, the reason I'm doing this once again is not to criticize. I feel for our brothers and sisters over there that are working the condition, okay? And don't come out here to tell me okay, all right. So the point here this morning, folks, is not so much of trying to criticize. No, far from it. Because I feel for our brothers and sisters, the engineers over there. They know they're not slides. These are good engineers. These are people that know they work. But why is it that they're doing stuff like this? Let me play this video again. This time I'll be very quiet. Let's just look at the role itself, just from your own perspective. Look at the role and all that I've talked about, and see if this giving people. Look at the houses in the background. Eventually, that community going to be very live. People going to be going up and down, going downtown, and things like that. You're giving them role like this that is not quite durable. Most likely, this road is about 4-inch thick. That's fine. I'm not. In fact, one of the things they say you can do anywhere from 4 to 12 inch. Some people make it bigger than that. That's their problem if they can't afford it. Okay? But if you're going to do these kinds of stuff, have the connection, have the steel that will be able to help. And one of the things, let me just show you now. Tell me on this road that you're going to see if there's any shoulder where if somebody breaks down, in fact, watch as they do the road, car going to go by. And tell me if that car breaks down, the road with the driving side, is there any place that they can park their car to fix or park their car to wait for people to change tire or something like that? Let's watch. I will just be quiet and then so you can see. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio.
TV, Creative Minds on Television. And today we are on a daily tour in Monserrate County. Currently we're in District 6, Monserrate County.
Okay, folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Thank you very much. I just want to show you things that need people. Now, these people, they're not, like I said, those that are responsible. People like the Minister of Public Work has an engineering degree. He's not a slave. He has a master's. And most of the people working with it are masters. Most of them. Very good. They're educated. But my point is, why do we have to get road like that, or specifically concrete road? And one of the reasons why I jump on this, I've seen what they have done. Have you been to Banga Broad Street lately? What's about the Tabata Hospital? Have you been on that road lately? It's messed up because people are not paying attention to these kinds of stuff. Okay? If you're going to use concrete road, you have to do it because concrete will not forgive. Concrete doesn't have much room to fool around with. Asphalt, you can. Okay, let me now go ahead and Saturday morning, of course, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, we're here. I'm going to be opening the line up here very shortly, so you can give me a call and see what you think about what I'm saying, and if at all, if it's making sense to you. We will hope that you get it, and so that we can go on. Okay, let me do it. Okay, let me put my number up there, folks. This is Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Give me a call if you want to talk about this. If not, that's fine. That's fine. But once again, I want to thank all of you for coming in. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday morning. And let's do this. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind? Thank you for joining us anyway. Go ahead. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, can I talk with you?
Yeah, please.
Offline first before you can put me on.
Oh.
It's offline?
Okay, let me take you offline then. Hold on 1 minute.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, go ahead. Hold on 1 minute. Let me see. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, just hold on. If I'm listening in the background and see. Okay. Hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Let me make sure that you're offline. Just hold on. All right, now go ahead. Go ahead. You're offline. Go ahead. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, well, this is the only line that I have, so I'm not too sure how you're going to do that without it costing you. So, yeah, you can either send, go on the Facebook and write or something like that. But you don't have to, or you can just condense all of your thought into one or two sentences, and people understand what you're saying. And so, okay. Yeah, okay, but what can you not do that within two or three sentences that you're gonna have it? It shouldn't cost you that much. Okay, all right, okay, okay, all right, okay, right, okay, all right, okay. Thank you. Anytime you call, I'll take your call. Okay. Okay, all right. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Loli, how you doing?
Not bad, not bad. What's going on, Chief?
Okay, nothing much, man. I just won to the phone this morning. Thank you very much for your presentation. I'm calling from Pittsburgh. But let me ask.
There you are.
I said let me ask you.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Many miles from Nima.
Your phone is breaking
Nigeria.
up. Your phone is breaking up.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many miles from Ganta to Grand Jide?
I've not. If I gonna tell you right now, I'll be lying because I don't know. I don't know, and I have not. And one of the reasons why I am saying that I don't know because like I said, I've not practiced engineering in Liberia before, and so those are kinds of things that you pay attention to. For example, if you're doing a road design, but I will just estimate. Most likely, it's like maybe. If folks, those of you that are out there, if you know how many miles from Ganta to Grand Jide, and are you talking Zwedru or the border? Folks, if you know how many miles that is, please stay so my color will be certified. But I don't know that for sure. I don't know that for sure, and I don't want to give you any kinds of information that might not be truthful.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Your presentation was very unanimous, and this is the reason why I always told you should go to Liberia so you can help. That's our country. We don't care how bad it is, how good it is. That's where we are, and that's where we were we were born, and our neighbor's screen was buried. The reason of me asking the question, maybe one of those days for some of us win Liberia so you can go and build a road in from to Banjira.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, folks. Again, Samson, thank you, my brother. We appreciate it. Folks, again, Samson told LeBron Power, and I'm not going to sit here to tell you because I don't know that for sure. And I know there are a lot of Liberians that know these things. I don't. I'm not going to lie to you. But yes, the interesting thing here. The president very much have interest in building roads in Liberia. My problem this morning, reason why I brought this up, you saw the road, and you cannot tell me that road will last more than 5-6 years. And if you look at the road that I show you, first of all, where is the shoulder? Are you telling me those people that are going to be living in that area, shoulder doesn't matter to them? Or shoulder is where when you have a flat tire, you pull over so you can have it fixed. Because you don't have, or you call a towing truck. But you don't leave the road, you don't leave your car in the middle of the road. And in fact, the weight of that road, they what? Most likely from one end to the other end with 2 roads combined, most likely like maybe 25 feet. Because there's no shoulder. Okay? And usually you're supposed to have 12, 24, maybe 25, 26, 27 feet maybe. Okay? Let's just round it up 28. That'll be fine. Okay? But you don't have no shoulder. That's something that I want people to look at as well. So give me a call here, of course. Mr. Ward, thank you for joining us. Joining us all the way from Norway. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. And folks, you don't have to be an engineer to call and ask a question. You can ask, if I don't know, I will tell you, say, I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. You see that fair, the other that fair that care for she? Hey, I ain't got no shame fair. Hey, I don't know it. If I know, I tell you I know. And if I say I know, that means I know. But if I tell you I don't know. I come to contact. But I can lie sometimes. I can tell you, yeah, I'm from one place, I know. Samson told LIBERIA Public. Folks, again, this is Samson told LIBERIA Public. Folks, let me just explain again. I don't want people to say something like, he criticizing. No. The other ULA Secretary General, he got no patience. I tell you. So anyway, folks, these are, I mean, like I said, I'm not the only Liberian engineer here, but most engineers you'll find, they don't like to talk. They like to do. Most engineers don't do talking. They do. But Samson told, he talk. He ain't just do. He do talk. Let me now go ahead and play this other one. This is a very good music. Folks, okay, let me answer this. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind?
Hello, Mr. Phil, this is Christian Gray.
Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I want to thank you for that brilliant announcement. It's good that we, sometimes look at the aspect of what will happen in the future and stuff like that, because looking at the road. I want to tell you a particular.
Your phone is not doing you a favor. It's like somebody talking vacuum or something like that.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
You know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I said thank you for, breaking out that point, sometimes in the future about the road and stuff like that. And that's exactly what you are doing. I think it's a concrete house, you really have to make it. But I recommend that you get good.
I do what?
And that you get to somebody who goes to the president, right? So you can get in so that, since you are not there, the idea can be there so you can to go. Because I think it will take the idea of what you are saying.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Folks, here on LIBERIA Public Radio, we're not here to take side or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not talking, speaking here this evening from a person who do not contribute. I have done some road design for them, and I've done work for them. I'm just saying that these, and if I were to look at the design, most likely that design is done by Ghanaians. The road design, the one I just show you, most likely is done by Ghanaians. And if you look at Ghanaians road design, just one side fit all. That's it. They give you point here, point in the middle, point on the side. Then they move on another 100 feet. Point here, point there, point there. That's it. What if you do that? What happened within the 100 feet? What are some of the things? Why if the hill going up? Of course, hill going up. Why if the slope going uphill and coming down? What happened? I have no information on that. When you're doing road construction, or even the road construction, if you look at that road, folks, the people are killing us. The stuff that I just showed you, did you see any soft sign of survey? Because when you're doing road construction, you have what they call survey stakes. And on the stake, they marked the elevation of a specific area. But if people are just building it based on the eyeball, they put their thumb out, oh yeah, it's good. When you look that whole thing, even when you're doing concrete, you have to have guides. Our country people that in total, the people that are building houses in total, they don't have no survey equipment. But what do they use? Those of you that are from the countryside, those of you that seen people building houses, don't they have rope guide? They have rope from that end to the end, and it's straight, and they know the level. So that's how they guide their work. Do you see any guide on that? The only guide they were using is the form. It's the form. What are the elevation they were using for that form? If you look at that road, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Once again, it's Mars Island. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, go. Yeah, thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Hello? Hello? Okay.
Yeah, the phone going in and out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Much better. Go ahead. You're going off again. You're going off. I'm not too sure. Maybe you need to change your position a little bit and then give us a call back if you can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me? Your phone is not doing.
For some reason.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on. I'm not too sure what's going on with your phone.
Yeah, so hang up. Let me hang up. I'll call you back again.
Thank you. You know, as the point that I was making, you don't have to have these sophisticated equipments. If you look at our road, they say, yes. Sometimes they think people stupid. Okay, let me answer this guy. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, what's your name and where you're calling from? I know the same gentleman.
Hi, this is Morris from Rhode Island.
Thank you, Morris. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Go ahead, make a point, my brother.
Yes, right. First of all, I want to appreciate you for the way in which that you bring a critical I must admit. So I'm able to follow along with your program, follow your thought process. So you're very objective, and I can glean a lot of information.
Thank you.
It's difficult to follow. People get so emotional about stuff and very subjective and just pretty much conjectural on things. It's very difficult to follow. So, but I like your objective and your constructive criticism for a nation. Any nations that go forward need people to bring objective criticism and objectivity, and so that we can glean from that. And with that said, I have a different perspective that I want to look at it, but we will land at the same place.
That's fine.
I agree
that's fine.
Analysis.
You don't have to agree with me, and I expect you to not agree.
No. I know that. I mean, I'm not saying that you know, you have a perspective which I totally agree with, but I also have a perspective, but we both can probably land at the same place. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So the president of Liberia said he had a mandate, a road project.
61. Let me remind you, my brother. I'm glad you brought that up. 61.5% mandate. Go ahead. Go ahead. I just want to remind you. Go ahead. And I'm enjoying your comment already. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, so you have a mandate to fix the road, which is a good thing. Every Liberian should that to fix the road because it's been long due. Now, my thing is, I wanted the president to draw the distinction as to where Ellen Johnson stopped and where he's going to pick up. But to this point, yet. Maybe some people out there might have gotten on where the president drew the distinction as to where Ellen Johnson stopped. There is a contradistinction between him and Ellen Johnson. And so that needs to be put in perspective where Ellen needs to pick up. So that has not been cleared out yet for me so far. Secondly, I would like for the president to or his policies and send it to Congress so that Congress see it and Congress appropriate the funds for the road project. Second of all, to this point, I have not seen that yet. Whereas he takes the policies, road project, whatever terms that you may call, it goes through the appropriate channel. Congress needs the funds for the road project. The president has not yet made that known to us. At least for me, maybe it's out there somewhere. Other people knows about it, they're aware of it, but I don't at this point. That Congress has the funds for the road project. It's one thing to say about it. It's one thing to say this is my dream, which is appropriate, but it's another thing for it to go through the process, which Congress needs to appropriate the fund because it's that fund. That has not been made known yet to some of us who are very objective with the process. Now, given the fact that for a fact, I for one don't know where Ellen Johnson stopped with her project and where the president George Weah. I don't know for a fact at this point right now whether or not Congress appropriated any funds for road project. So if Congress appropriates the road funds, then the executive branch now goes about trying to secure those funds and then go about. This is where you and I will come in. The road project, is there anything such as eminent domain, whereas the executive branch negotiating with people who have places along the highway, along those areas that they go, because you can't just build narrow road and just put a little slop on it and call it road. This is the road, the streets. It needs to be appropriated, the street sign, everything needs to be done appropriately so that it's up standard. And the president may want to name it, call a president. But at this point, we don't know whether or not the president or the executive branch negotiating with eminent domain to get them farther away from the road so that when you build a highway, it's up to standard. It's up to standard, international standard. When people come to Liberia, they know that, this is a highway, this is a street, and it's up to standard. We have the road sign, we have the street lights, and all of that. And so to this point right now, what I'm seeing and what you're seeing is that we got a little area that is secure, and they're just putting a little slop on it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's just going to go back to square one, and it's going to be worse than ever before. So what's the point of attempting to do that? Is the president George Weah wants to have that on his legacy, to have a little chicken coop. You know what I mean? Trying to build up a chicken coop on the side of the road, whatever they want to call it. I mean, I'm not here to take any political side. I'm just here to look at it objectively and give an objective analysis on the thing. And and I think I agree with your criticism of what they're doing over there. I think it's you might not want to say. I think it's disgraceful. to see what's going on over there. This is Liberia. This is a nation. I mean, to see that kind of thing going on over there, it's like, man, where in the world are we going to have a street like that where people just put in local slop? And it looks it looks very deformed, look very horrible. Say that, but I certainly will say that I'm not an engineer by any means. Only objective to looking at it, like we could do better.
We
can do better than that.
Thank you.
People who are who knows what they're doing can rightfully criticize the thing. And I think that with your level of expertise, and I think you have the right, and this is your lane, politician, but this is your lane. Absolutely, I wish you could listen to you. Things you've been doing it.
Thank you.
Thank
you, my brother. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
They need to just stay caught and just listen to you. Like, no nation survive without experts.
Right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
You know, so, you know what I mean? That's just my thing. To summarize, I need the president to come up and then, you know what I mean, tell us where Ellen Johnson stopped and where he's picked up with his road project. Tell us that project had been transferred to Congress and created the fund for it. Tell us that they have been negotiating with as far as eminent domain with the construction of the road. So we need to know all those things.
Okay. Thank you, my brother.
Summarize that in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, folks, Sam Sinto, Liberian Public Radio. Let me make a quick point here. We want to take this time this morning. It's a gentleman over in Rhode Island, James Dubber, D-O-R-B-O-R, James Dubber. We want to thank you very much for your contribution to Liberian Public Radio. It's wonderful, wonderful thing. I think you see something in us that perhaps you think Liberian Public Radio is doing that will require or to entice you to contribute to whatever it is that we're doing. But we want to thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we'll continue to improve whatever it is that you want us to improve on. Just suggest to us, and then we will do that. Thank you very much, Sam Sinto, Liberian Public. Let me go answer it. Sam Sinto, Liberian Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on? Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Hey, Mr. To, I'd just like to contribute a little bit, but I just want to correct the last caller.
Go ahead.
He said that the government needs to take a budget and send it to the House.
Can I ask you a favor? Instead of correcting, just make your point, and as smart as you are, you don't necessarily have to announce that you're correcting something. You're smart. You're very intelligent. You know how to do these things. But when you come out and pronounce a correction, then I think we're going to have to ask you to just state your point. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay. What I noticed, something that I noticed on these roads that they are building, one is I saw some pictures floating on Facebook. They are trying to measure. I think that's a slope they're trying to measure with the lever. So I don't know if
you do not use level to measure. You use level for elevations.
Good. That's good. You cannot identify the slope with level on a mirror. It is difficult. You can't even be able to identify. And the second thing is, most of the drainages, if they take them off the road, where are they dropping them? Are they doing a riprap around it? Or they just taking them and put them in the environment like that?
You know, what is this? This is what I'm going to try to do sometime here. I'm going to need to go home and videotape most of these things, because some of the drainage they have established, I'm not too sure where they're dumping the water. And most of these places, they're community road. I mean, they're community. People live in these areas. Where you dumping the water? But that's something we're going to look into. Go ahead and make a point, my brother.
And another thing is, the material they're using, like the tag that they're putting down before they putting down the asphalt. Are they collecting, like, for example, the tax rate, how much is the amount that they putting down per square yard, or they just put it down before they
No,
put it down?
what I suspect, I don't know for sure, but my involvement with them, when I did my work and sent it to them, I gave them quantities because in all of your design, you have to say what are the quantities that need to be used, how much square yard concrete you're going to use, how many tonnage of asphalt you're going to use, how many pounds of steel you're going to use. All of those things you're going to have to quantify them so that those who are going to bid on the job will bid on based on the items and the quantities of the items. And based on that, they will be able to put some dollar amount on it. But I'm sure they take those. Here's what I want you to know: the folks at public work, those are good engineers. I know most of them. But my confusion on this is the fact that I know some of them, and I know that I've seen some of them, and I've seen their work. Why is it that they will allow these kinds of things to happen? And if you were to go right now and see the company that putting that road down, most likely it's a Ghanaian owned company. Because most likely. And if you just look at the way the people are building roads in Liberia, and if you go on Google, here's one thing I want you guys to know. On Google Earth, they got Ghana. You can go on in Ghana, especially Accra, and they have a street view of Google Earth in Ghana. Just like you do here, where you come, you go in any street and put your man down, and you can have a street view. They do that.
I follow up that a lot of work. I work in the south. Like, we build a lot of roads in the south here. So what we used to working here with is like, okay, for example, our department, department. So, but within our particular transportation department, they got a district. So each district has a inspector. The contractor will get the job, but the inspector will go out and show that everything that the state requires is being applied on the road. And two, if it's not happening, they can shut down the entire project.
Exactly.
They can shut down a $10 million, $50 million project. You can't see those things in most of the Ministry of Public Works people. They only sit in the office. They don't even go on site.
Okay. I don't know that for sure. So I'm not gonna comment on that. But thank you for your view, my brother. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right. Folks, like I said, I'm not the only person. There's many Liberians that know about road business. So when they see these kinds of stuff, they're just like, what are we going to? Give me a call, 916-533-2048. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Mr. So, thank you for joining me. You're getting ready again to suspend. You're going to suspend me again?
Yes, this one here. Look, on a serious note, Mr. Tota, good morning. I'm watching you this morning from the Bay State. But this is what I'm going to do. I know this is two liberal guys. You always like to appease a conservative group of people, we like to say as it is. And I want to say this again in a public manner. I know you're going to be unhappy, but who cares? I'm going to say it. And there are two things. You either stay with LPR or you serve Liberia. On a serious note, please, this time,
what?
Your country needs you more than, hold on, I'm coming. Our country, my country, you from Total Grangie, the Republic of you more than Liberia Public Radio. And I know it's frustrating. Public Works Minister Vladimir is a brother, is a friend. All right? And I talked to him in the past full. And I'm breaking it up now because sometimes we try to do it behind the scene. If you bring it up, so there was it. And I told him there is a qualified gentleman here, Liberia. He there and is willing to help voluntarily without a dime. And we started that. I know you took upon yourself, you went Liberia to help engineers. And you went up and down and down and down. And at that ministry with the hope to help as you committed to doing. And the ministry, including Mutu Nyepa, very, very much disappointed. He's one of my mentors, but I'm very disappointed of his action. And they refuse to pay him. This just comes to the point of these people, they are so protective of their job. And you're quite correct. The president brought in people with the help to help him. He does not have the technical skill. And that's why people are appointed in different various positions. But these people they are not just honest with the president if they are not doing the right thing. If you do not have the resources to get anything done, you don't have to do it before the press. You find a time. These people have full access to the president. Mr. President, we can do it. But this can be done that way. Unfortunately, these people are not doing it. And that's one of the reasons. Rule is a good money thing. Of dollar and after 1 year, 2 years, because it comes to safety and a lot of things involved. So again, we want you to take second time. It's getting more serious. You did it before, you made a sacrifice. I think you can make that sacrifice, the man from Tolltown. They're not even reaching your own lawyer, which of course, something you frown or yeah, but that's okay. But I think it's serious. Serious note, the issue of the roads construction. The government needs to understand there are certain things you people don't have to be citizens to bring them in. There are certain jobs you just need to get out of your country to go beyond party line and bring in the qualified people. You know why? When it is done, it is your need. You can take an engineer and send them to the hospital to go do operation. One engineer can only go on to that's just a river bridge. You passed there, you did an extensive video. If it is not even local one, what about the Venezuela? So what happened to Waterside Bridge? Happened to the Ancestor River Bridge? If they do not take action now, please, I know it's frustrating, but we have to, I don't know. This is, I think, you don't need GoFundMe. We don't do GoFundMe here. When we do GoFundMe, we do it for other people to help the students and those Liberians that were in. But you always have the ability to do. But I'm very we do on this network. We don't just criticize. When we criticize, we try to provide alternative. But unfortunately, these people too, they are not listening. That's a second thing of this thing here. But please, you have to get on that ground. Sitting 9 years alone, the one somebody say, Papa, you need to go. You say that obvious. I know you went before, and the manner in which it discouraged, nobody pay your way. You like it at your own will, and you were teaching. Well, mom, let your family here. I'm not sure what I can do that. But you did it. Give them the second chance again, just for the sake of the country. Sacramento highway, road design, and all of that, I know. They don't have the money to pay you there, for sure. But tell them that you want to do a service for your country. And I hope, I think I have to call a few ministers that I personally know, friends who miss again, to interview. I'm very much disappointed. Very, very much disappointed because we talk and talk and talk before you got on the ground. That's the problem with this whole thing. People are so protective of their job. I saw it. I talked to people, and some people say, hey, and that is bad. It is not good for our country. The president, and not just only we are. They are happening ongoing. The need, there are certain jobs you just not. It's not about parties. It's not about people who elected you. It is about people that can get certain things done. Those people, they have the skill. And all of those people, geologists, those are professional jobs. It's not just about, campaigning for the party. No. So when we require Liberty Party person, Unity Party person, and other folks can get that done. Please think about it. I think the president has a good reach in terms of role. It is bad. Second time of the year, the whole part of the country is completely disconnected. That is dangerous. It's national security concern, and I don't know how many of them understand that fully well. You have Ghana, you have Ivory Coast, you have Sierra Leone. Suppose there's any sort of issue break out, How will your citizens even get out? How can you even send troops to those places when there is no accessible? Please, we have to make that one. Well, if they not do that one there, to God in heaven, I don't know. Then there's different language we need to find. But again, sir, the sacrifice that you made before, we want you to try. We are the LPR, and I'm quite sure to Google Liberians, they will also encourage you. Go there and help. If you don't want to give the attention, so be it. One of these days, we'll have people who will listen. But this is just not good for our country. We can't continue to do this. That's just a waste of resources.
Thank you.
But you will have to go. If you not go, then
he come and fire me. He come and fire me.
You will be serious note. So we are giving you an option.
Yeah.
You need to take that decision now. And we'll no, on a serious note, Mr. To, and I know it's frustrating. You left for here 1 month and people just think that you were going for their job. That was not a job issue. We were getting help. And they didn't understand that. But we'll try to talk to those friends again and see whether this time they can have a second thought about our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. So. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson told LeBron Public, like I said, we do these things, not so much of money, as opposed to doing things yes, what I most likely would do. That road, they say they're building from Ganta all the way to, once they get in Zwadru, once they get across Nima County and get to Grand Union, I would beg the people myself, I would beg them to be involved. Because I'm coming to sit down here for them to put kind of Babati road on Town Road, a bigger area, I'll be part of it. No, I'm just kidding. On a very serious note, all we try to do here is to give our suggestions. And everything that I talked about here, you don't necessarily have to be an engineer to understand it. You just go on Google, and say concrete road construction. They got tons of video. Another thing that if you were to watch this, I was going to point it out earlier, but let me just point that out. They have most of the roads, the concrete road that you can be driving on. Sometimes when you stop or when the traffic slows down, just look on the road itself. You will see tiny, in fact, they call it tiny. They call it the little groove, just small little groove, like a broom. They have those done, they put them in the concrete. There's a reason for that. Because if you put concrete down, you make it smooth, the water going to follow the least resistance. You have no control. Water, tire, concrete, they don't mix. Okay. But if you have they put a tiny groove in there so the water can get away from the tire and sit in the groove. Okay? And they have a machine. They have a machine that comes after the construction. When the concrete is still wet, they call it tiny. They come and put those grooves in there. Okay, you will not see it in our concrete road they putting down. Why is that? They don't even need to have a machine. You can take broom, the industrial broom they use in the factories, the broom, the real hard stuff, and broom the whole road. You do that to scratch the surface, so the road surface is not the same as the how do you call it, the floor in the house. The floor in the house need to be smooth. Because if you don't want to put rock on it, that's fine. But the road surface, because of the traction, because of the tire, you need something to grab on for friction. Okay? Resistant, whatever you want to call it. And now my mind going everywhere. But anyway, so you need rough surface so the tire can grab on and move on to the next one, grab on and move on to the next one. You see what I'm doing? And that's why they put those things in there. You will not find that in there. They did Banga, they call it Broad Street in Banga. Those of you, there's somebody from Banga said something. Hello, Mr. Toe, I'm watching you all the way from Bon County. Those that Tano, if you're watching from Bon County, please tell us what happened to Broad Street in Banga, the concrete one. They kicked those people out. Because the representative from that area look at the and say, what kind of thing you're putting down here, so? And those are the same kind of people now over there, and the people singing praises to the president, not realizing that all that singing they're doing, that whole thing is a mess. But we can't sit here and condemn, criticize. That's not the point. Let me take this call. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, okay. Hello, Mr. To. This is Muniro. I'm calling from Europe, basically.
Thank you from joining us this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time it is. What's on your mind? I mean, I know it's a lot of money, but just make it quick so you don't have to spend much. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's okay for me. It's okay for me. So I listened to. Anyway, thank you for the program. There was a time I was just scrolling on Facebook. I also listened to you briefly, but today I had a chance to listen to you furthermore. And thank you for raising the. If our country is to move forward, we need to set these standards straight. Okay, you were talking about the pavement, and I've had the same problem with the people at Public Works. You see, the problem is we really do not need concrete. That's the number one fundamental problem. And we have created this problem. The Ministry of Public Works, you do not build concrete roads in municipalities. It is not engineering. The reason behind that is that concrete roads are constantly subjected to utility installations. The municipalities, in the city centers, in urban areas, you have to put pipes, you have to put telephone wires and stuff. Every time they are changing, it's a variable. It's always changing. So that's the reason why it's not relevant in urban areas. We use concrete in outside conurbation areas. For example, on the high, like in Germany, that's what they do. Because the problem, the key fundamental reason behind that is that concrete roads are rigid. Rigid means that they are very stiff. They are very strong. So you install it. In order for it to gain the strength, the initial strength is not going to be possible. So that's why it is always recommended we use flexible pavement. We have said it over and over. It is a waste of resources and it's a waste of time. The other thing I also say I've observed, but then also is that you can't build roads in the cities without making accommodations for pedestrians. The road users are the pedestrians. When you want to build road, there are two users for the city. If you are building it for the critical design component or the people that is going to be affected are the vulnerable road users. Who are the vulnerable road users? The vulnerable are the vehicles, the pedestrians, center. So that is why when you build road in the city centers or in the urban areas, the first criteria is you must have shoulders. Without shoulders, why are you building it? And then you are not meeting the basic requirements. It is not like you are building a road outside of the main city areas, like on the highway. It's not mandatory. You don't need to. It's going to be waste of material. Resources. These are the things we raise these things. Somebody was talking about the minister. There was a time I communicated, like all of us Liberians, we have a stake in our country. If we have little expertise, just in our modest way, you don't have what's about the country or the person. You find a way professionally to contact the people. And there was I was showing some of the missteps. I heard someone was talking the road project in the place in Banga, the concrete pavement. Are you following me?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. Regarding the Banga Road project, and there was this road, Dro communities and some other rural areas in Ghana there, and I selected a screenshot. And I asked a friend because I said, we fought this thing with Ellen. During Ellen time, yes, it was during Ellen time, some of us had a chance to go for advanced studies. I went in China. From China, I had an opportunity. I moved to Italy. I did structural engineering. After Italy, I moved to Germany. The moment I'm in Portugal. And I'm just living in Europe now, basically. It is not like we do not want to go back and contribute. But the platform has not been given the opportunity has not been given. What is the opportunity? Not asking for you to say for a job, but we should have the forum to have this discussion professionally. You know, so we wrote the ministers. I wrote the ministers. I informed. I chat. I was able to get, because I know most of the folks are public work. I said, this time around, what we're going to do? Approaches we use Judy Moore time. As arrogant as Judy Moore was, we're not going to be on the coming on phase and be arguing, going back and forth. We're going to approach them. So I contacted a friend of mine, WhatsApp, and then I highlighted a few things. I commended him for the job, and I also told him, I said, we are all willing to work because this is Liberia. I don't know anything, but in our modest way, we can do it better. To contact a Liberian professional than to bring a Chinese draftsman to serve us. That's an insult, and these are always been Liberians' problem. A typical Liberian politician would prefer to work with a draftsman from Ghana and an other educated person than to work with a highly qualified Liberian. So then I highlighted some of these problems to the minister. So I said, some of these road construction, we got problems, and I made sure I pointed everything out. I said, I think these things can be clarified. What to do is you need to strengthen the engineering department of public works. That's one of the problems. Because it is from the department, the designs are reviewed, the designs are analyzed, the inputs are being made, the processes. And then if these things are not further investigated, when the result gets out, you're automatically going to have all of these problems. You need to have somebody with probably where they don't hire specialists. The people employing people all around the place. Why you can't just put an announcement and say, we need this person, we need this other person, and be working there and be happy with our work. You know? So at the end of the day, you have all of these problems, and what you're going to have, we now come back to the same political legacy projects we've been talking about under Ellen. Why they should Ellen go on the power? But the same strategy Ellen used. It's the same thing these people are coming back. These guys who came from the grassroots, who we thought they are the custodian of the people. It's Ellen how people use to get to, you go to this political project, you go this way, the president goes there, and then they just do small things, and then you come back. At the end of the day, when you enter Monrovia, you cannot even distinguish if the place is a city. There's no area for commercial area. There's no residential area. There's no area for mixed-use facilities. You are confused, like, but what is this? Yes, and we see the same thing. Wow. When you enter a city from the airport, when you enter a city from the airport, I'm speaking to you from an infrastructure point of view. I started both sorts, and I'm a finder from Germany. From the airport, it must signal to you. From the airport area is always allocated as industrial or industrial zones where you can put all of these facilities that you cannot put residential around those areas. Or the airport areas, people can see high-end residential areas coming from there. You enter the city, you must be able to see low-income residential areas. When you go to the commercial areas, this is the commercial area. This is where people go do shop. This is where people do this. But when you get to everything is mixed, disproportionate. You see nothing together. You ask yourself, how are you able to attract investment? How are you able to say, okay, we want to switch to tourism? You know? So these things over and over and over and over, it becomes, so when I heard you, I'm sorry, because I'm really passionate about infrastructure in Liberia, because this is what I've done for the rest of my young life. I've not done anything outside of buildings, engineering and stuff. But this is where I live back. So I'm really passionate about it. I feel really, it pains me. Why are you building the roads for? When you want to engineering, when you want to design everything, you have the engineering questions. You have, what am I doing this project for? If you are not able to answer those questions, engineering then is worthless. You build the roads in cities for pedestrians, for elements are for pedestrians, the vulnerable road users. If you go build a road in a city like Nukuta, in a tiny area, and the people have no area to park the car, then why are you building for car? No. That's why people mixing it. These are the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. You know, these are the fundamentals. So if I drive on the road, You know?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful. I know. Because
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. You call all the way from Germany.
for me calling you directly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I'm always around. I mean, we can even find more time to even go dive.
I think we need to do that. We need to do that. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you.
I will try to name on Facebook. I will try to send you a message.
Yeah, this is my. It's not just the radio phone. That's my own personal phone. You can call me on that as well. So, but thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Okay,
folks. Samson. Yes, I love it sometimes. I really, really do love it sometimes. You know, we come out here, we talk politics. Oh, cost us this. The government, we got to go. The government, they cost us $7. You're throwing the man in jail. Today, it's a different subject matter completely. You heard this guy. He gave us a lot to think about. He gave us plenty that doesn't exist. I'm laughing now, but it's very sad. He gave us zoning we don't have. This guy, he gave us engineering road construction that is not well. Folks, he gave us a lot, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that. But on a very serious note, the government itself, with Dr. Weir, if we miss this, here's another thing that I want to put out there. If those who are responsible to give us road, Dr. Weir put the policy down. He's willing to put money on it if we all follow. But when the policies are there, when Dr. Weir is so anxious for road, we should give him something decent. He's a young man. You don't want when he leave office tomorrow, then the road all crumbling, put over. Yeah, the road y'all put down. And nowadays now, you got Colasco going around taking video. People going to show these things when the road start busting up. So they must be able to produce something that people 4, 5, 6, 7 years from now, they'll say, this is what we have done. Yeah, this is just, I mean, from just, you know, just from living. I mean, you can tell from this guy's voice how frustrated he was, and we all of us. Nobody, like I said, you can take the man from Liberia, but you can't take Liberia out of it. There's a man way over the, traveling all over the world. Engineer, traveling all over. Went to China, went to other parts of Europe. He back in Europe again. Not that he's not making money, but look at him calling from all the way to Europe, from Europe, calling in to talk about road. He's not even in Liberia to say the road situation is so bad that I'm going through a problem. Right now, whenever you get out in the car, the condition, his driving condition, no problem. But he's calling, talking about Liberia issue. Talking about Liberia issue. How much more patriotic you want out of us? How much more patriotism that we're supposed to produce for you to see that we all care for that country? Okay? When we do these things, they're not necessarily meant to be criticizing. But if you come across, if you accept it as, oh, they're here to criticize me again, okay, then you block yourself out. And you will not listen. But let's see, okay, let's see what they got. And then perhaps people make these points. You might not like all of it, but you can take one or two things out of it. Okay, folks? Samson told LeBron Public Radio, and what I'm about to say now, I want Nathaniel Cry, Paul, and Fonso So to stay out of it. Oh, okay, I can't say it now. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind?
My name is Ernest.
Excuse me?
I'm calling from somewhere, and my name is Ernest.
Okay. Yeah, honest. Thanks for joining. What's on your mind, sir?
I wanted to talk about. I heard somebody talk about road stuff.
And that's what we've been talking about all morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I wanted to make a comment about some road project. You talk about just the basic design, and I don't think they designed properly because this house.
The what?
There is one.
You don't think what?
Around the president's house. Around the president's house, one of the roads really went into somebody's fence.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like one of the drainage system that was built when he was talking, I understood. I was like, yeah, I don't think there's real planning for some of those things because they started building the drainage without thinking that they were going to get to somebody's yard, and the drainage basically ended up at somebody's fence.
Wow. Can you hear me? Okay, go ahead. Can you hear me?
I just called to make that comment.
Thank
there
you.
Are people who are professional people and try to help, and people feel like you're trying to tell them they don't know what they're doing. But when he talked about there's no me, and I heard you laughed about it, it just made me to reflect on. It was actually last year when I went there because I went to see somebody lived in the same vicinity, and that home basically had the stuff going in it.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I mean, thank you very much. And these are some of the things that we'll continue to talk about on these things here. For the road construction, road design, and let me just put it to you a very brief, short stuff here, so I can say good night and good day to all of you. But road issues, they're very important because the road serve the people. But you must not, because you're serving the people now, then you say, I'm going to destroy their lives. Because you can do so on a very serious note. Look at Doe community. Look at Doe community when that, I'm since the construction. But I know that when it rains, the people get a lot of issues. They have lots and lots of issues. Okay? If you're going to build a road in a community, that the Doe community is already in a flood zone anyway. So since you're not going to lift the community, the whole community up, you lift the road is high. They did that already. The road is higher than the community. The most of the area around the street. That's fine. But you must provide a ditch. Don't expect the water to shift flow from the road and then say, okay, you're going to find a way downstream where I put a ditch. Provide the ditch. And one of the things, if you follow yesterday road inspection, my reason of doing this today is to encourage people to look more. Because the other one, I didn't play it because it was bad. They have these still standing, sticking up. In this country, if you're doing construction and you're stopping overnight, or even not even overnight, but certain part that you're not touching, those steel that are sticking up must be covered. Have you guys seen it? Plastic cap over the steel so that when somebody fall, it doesn't pierce them. We don't have that in Liberia. If you look at the open channel ditches they have until they close them, you have all these steel sticking up, and you got little children coming from school. First of all, there's no shoulder. So the children running, crossing the road, they're jumping over that. Can you imagine if the child make a mistake? No cap on the rebar. And nobody saying nothing in the city of Monrovia. Nobody. They allow these things to happen. Rebar sticking up with no cap. No cap. If you can't get cap, at least find some plywood to cover those things up at night or until you get to it. Put the plywood over those things. They don't do that. They let it stay up there all day, all night. And no one, I was there, I saw it, no one was saying nothing. This too is Liberia. Look at your traffic. Traffic that you don't even need a traffic engineering degree to be able to put a good traffic plan together, because it's human behavior. You can control that one. But look at our traffic. What exactly is this? And these things, please don't say something I don't want to hear. These things, they didn't just stop don't start on Dr. Weah leadership. This has been going on for years. So I'm not putting it on CDC-led government. But these are things, and once you take position, once you take these offices, you have to fix them. The first thing, if they're serious about condition in Liberia, fix the traffic situation. Samson told Liberian Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Toll. How you doing?
Oh, fine.
I'm George. I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay, I'm gonna plug you in, and then you're not gonna be able to hear me. So go ahead. When I want to say something, I will unplug it because my phone is giving me issue here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just watching your program and kind of interested in giving my little view on the road issue and the projects and things going on in Liberia. My thing here is that I know that the president wants to build roads and things for the people, but you cannot just be going ahead building roads, carrying on road projects, and most of the roads and things that I'm seeing, those are all substandard roads. Yes, the people want roads, they are happy for roads and things, but build something that will last for the future, for 6, 7, 8 years. Most of those roads there, they don't have no shoulder, they don't have no drainage. I don't even know if they did any setting on the roads. Like, they just get up and say, okay, yeah, we're building the road, going to open this place, and pass road there. You have to do a study on the road. You have to, the public work, like the project that the president went to go see. I saw the stuff that they were using to pave the road. Like, you still using stone age stuff to pave the road. You don't have no drainage. Even if they're building those waters, the drainage area, they leave it open. You don't close it. And people put dirt and things all into those stuff. They clog those stuff. They clog the drainage or the water that is fixing. And that brings up problem again. So they have to really do a study on these roads to see how to fix it and how long it's going to last. Not because you want a road, you want a good thing, the president doing this, the government is building roads, and you're building substandard roads, people that would not last. You want something that will carry your legacy for tomorrow. You know?
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
You don't want just be building stuff that like when I went to Liberia one time during early time, that road they faced from Monrovia to Kakata. When they started from Kakata to carry it to Banga, that was so quick. I went to Banga. I went to Kakata. In no time, that whole road was fixed. And when you know the road start to spoil again, holes and things start coming up. You know, do something that will last. Don't just do sub-sender. And then every day you go to you set roads, and then you push shoulder, or you say, yeah, I'm building road, I'm doing this. And then today or tomorrow, the road don't even last. No good drainage. When it rain, the water going to people home. You know, it's really frustrating. And then you spending all the money.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Folks, Samson told Liberian Public Radio. Those of you that are watching will say thank you very much for joining us this morning. We're not saying that we know everything, no, far from it. But when we see these kinds of things, because that's what we do here in Sacramento. I've been doing road design, construction for the last 19 weeks, something, So, it's just very frustrating, to be honest with you. So anyway, those of you that are watching, the point that I want to make here before I take leave of you this morning is this. Dr. Weir and his government, we should, first of all, be grateful to the fact that he focused his attention on road issues, that he shining lights on the road business in Liberia. Those who are responsible, my point is, those who are responsible to provide that process for Dr. Weir. Dr. Weir is not an engineer, but they must be truthful. Dr. Weir is a politician. He wants to produce. So people will vote for him next time. But road is not like putting a good road down. It's not something you can do overnight. And especially you have two seasons in Liberia, rainy season and dry season. So if you're going to put a road down, you expect it to be done in the dry season. Okay? But we've seen people putting road down rainy season, and they're not being truthful. Yeah, you're getting the job done now. Even as ugly as this one, but the job will get done. But it's not going to last. And like the gentleman said, you're putting money in there. They're not free. The people, the Ghanaians that are doing this work, or whoever, whether it be in the Liberian, when the road start going by, once the government take control of the road, you're not going to go by and say, oh, the road bad, come fix it. Of course, they got time. They got some sort of assurance or whatever. But after setting down these roads, most of them are not going to be damaged in 1 or 2 years or so. But that would be immediately after the guarantee is over, the road start, what are you going to call them by? Even if the guarantee is over, you call that bro member and say, come fix the man got money again. The money gone. What you do now? And therefore, since this is what I've been saying from day one, they don't have maintenance program over there in Liberia that I know of. And since you don't have maintenance program, first thing you need to do is say, okay, no maintenance, yeah. Okay, let's front load. You know what a front load is? Okay. And from the beginning, let's put everything in here and fix it good. So that at the end, the money that we're supposed to use for maintaining, because the road is durable, the road is good, we don't have to spend much to maintain it. Folks, Samson, too, I'm going, but don't hold me to this. Don't hold me too much to this, because tomorrow, I'm going to, but Monday, I'm going to get back into politics. Forget this engineer role and all that kind of stuff. Row in total, not good. It's not good. My row in total, not good. Not good. Not good. So what I do? I go to total, and suddenly I walk. Eh? On a very serious note, when I went home, I drove. Well, I didn't drive. I tried. When we got immediately past Ganta, past Ganta, we got on the dirt road. So I told the guy, I said, I'm going to drive. He said, Mr. Toe, you don't know. I said, no, I know I don't drive. I got on the road. I didn't tell them this. My first time confessing this. But I was petrified. Because first of all, I don't know the road. It was in the day. But when I'm on the other side, before you look, ditch in the middle of the road. So I have to get back on the other side and the truck coming. If I stay too much on the side, I'm going to be in the ditch. So suddenly I will stop. So what happened? I said, oh, there's something. I said, just try to fool them. So the car, that truck that coming can go so I can get on the wrong side. And you go in and out. After about 5 minutes, I said, man, the driving business in Moreas in Liberia said, there's something I want to do here, and forget it, can't take it. The young man took the wheel. And as we started going from town to town, ditch in the middle of the highway, no maintenance. And some of the places that I saw were terrible. Terrible. So some places, even when they rain, they're not going anywhere, yeah? That's it. Folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, I want to thank all of you again this morning to say thank you very much for joining us. We say we appreciate it. Those of you that are just joining us, thank you very much. And those of you that continue to stay with us, we say thank you for your continued support. LIBERIA Public Radio, this is what we do, and we do well, I say. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have all of you here tuning in again to Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. We say we thank you very much on this wonderful Saturday afternoon. Please tune in tomorrow. Mr. Soul will give you. He's the conservative. You know, these conservatives and myself, we don't get along well. You know that I'm a liberal where I allow people to express themselves freely. The conservative group, it doesn't matter whether they're from Donald Trump office or they're from Total. The conservatives are conservative. They always like to suppress people's ideas. And that's why I don't get along with them that much. I say so. So anyway, folks, let me get out of here. I want to thank all of you again this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in to LIBERIA Public Radio. We appreciate it. In the meantime, let's do something here very quick. I'll play you two music. The first one. Thank you. And we appreciate all of you tuning in on this Saturday afternoon. Please stay safe. Whatever you do, stay safe. Because God loves you first. And we also love you. Stay safe. Samson Toe, good night, good day, goodbye. Mafuyole,